Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys from my living room. I am like going through it today. I'm so tired, and I'm so thankful that I have 3 days off in a row to just really like chill and relax. I kind of don't really want to get into like I don't know why I kicked on a mic. I really should be resting, but I had, I guess, like a nervous breakdown. Like I just started crying. I'm so tired. I feel completely drained. And I did, however, take like 3 things back to the UPS to be shipped back to Amazon. And I forgot another one. So I might have to do that one tomorrow. And one was like extremely like big and heavy. And I guess that one took a lot out of me too. I had to pull it into UPS in my trolley. And I picked up my groceries from my job, and I ended up going to Jack in the Box to meet my parents for lunch. And I was frustrated. Like I couldn't even like enjoy my meal. I couldn't enjoy the time with my parents. Like I don't know what's up with me other than it being my time of the month probably has a lot to do with it, of my emotions just being like how it is right now. Just yeah, and I was supposed to meet my nephew at the gym. That didn't even happen. I ended up calling my sister-in-law and telling her as I'm crying on the phone that I can't meet him. And I mean, I don't know. Let me tell you something. I guess this is a update about yesterday's episode, which I don't know, I feel like my episodes are gonna be like all over the place, which is, the one that I had to edit like the 8 clips is probably gonna be like a bonus episode. That way you guys can like, kind of follow along, I guess, to like all the things that I talked about yesterday and what I'm going to talk about right now that happened today. So let me just get on with it. I went to my job to pick up my groceries, and I had no idea who was going to be, like which one of my coworkers was going to come out and give me my groceries. And it ended up being my boss, which I'm always happy to see her. She's very nice. She makes things happen. And she's always like busy. And, I had to ask, I had to tell her, and I probably should have asked her instead of just going on to like trying to tell her. And I didn't even get to explain what I would have liked to explain, like how I explained everything in my previous episode. And she tried to assure me that like, oh, you're not in trouble, you just weren't trained, but like to me it's like, yeah, but do they understand that like I'm not trying to be lazy. I'm not trying to like, I don't want them to think that I'm the type of employee that don't want to do it. I just really honestly and truthfully was not trained, to do that. But I couldn't even say that, like to ask her and be like, yo, and she's like, oh, like nobody's mad at you, nobody's upset with you, blah, blah, blah. But I was just, like she's always in a rush. She's always in a hurry. Like you can't really, like she won't really stop and make eye contact with you because, like she's on her walkie talkie and she's just there to give me my stuff and like go. Like I'm not even on the clock And maybe for her, it's like, oh, well, if you're not on the clock, we can't discuss it. She did tell me that someone did tell her about what happened. And the thing that pissed me off was they're just calling me the new girl. And it's like, okay, well, well, first of all, I have a name. Second, if I'm the new girl, then you shouldn't have gotten the way that you were with me when you told me. Like, you should have been like, you know what? We understand that you're new. But that is one of the things that is expected of you to do. And don't worry, we'll get someone to train you properly, how to, take like a telephone order, like, I mean, there wasn't none of that extra shit, which a person like me, I need. So who the fuck can I go to about those things without offending them? And, like all of this shit that I said in my previous episode, like, if I'm afraid that if I piss someone off, um, because I'm trying to tell them professionally, like what I need as as a in-store shopper, what you're asking me to do and like train me properly for it, that you get offended and take it personal, and like the boss giving you the go ahead, like, oh, you're a manager, just use your best judgment. And their judgment could be taken, they would have handled it, or they might handle it personally and just get rid of me, and be like, oh, it's better for the company. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't want to, I can't believe that. Okay, for one, yes, I'm probably very hormonal right now because it is my crime scene right now. But at the same time, like, this is really like, I can't believe how much this is like stressing me out. And um it's a lot of feelings, my feelings invested. I'm pretty sure that bitch is at the store right now, if she even worked today, or if she's working right now. She's not thinking about me. She's not thinking or wondering if I feel bad, or like, like, oh, you know what? I probably should have said more to her, or you know what I'm saying? Like she's not thinking about how she could have done it better, or you know what, maybe I should have said. Like, I know she's not. Like, that's just how people move. Like, they I don't want to say she purposely like threw it in a wrench or whatever, but like, to her, she thinks that, me and my coworker like threw in a wrench for her and her team, but it's like, dude, like, we're busy. Like, oh yeah, we just intentionally just threw in the wrench at you guys. Like, are you, like, but you don't know how they're taking things. Like, oh, we're paging them and they're ignoring us. And it's just like, well, actually, no. Like, I just wasn't trained. That's my real reason. It's not an excuse. And my coworker, she does a fuck ton of shit. So, and there's only two of us here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why the fuck would I do that? Like, on purpose. I just feel like there's a lot of miscommunication. Like, I would say from them. Like, I'm not trying to, come off as innocent, but like, I am telling you the truth that I just wasn't trained. And now that I got bitched at about it, I don't feel comfortable taking a phone call anymore. Like, that's really what it comes down to. And I'm pretty damn sure I'm going to tell my boss about it. I'm going to be like, you know what? It's fucked with me so much, and I know my coworker, she meant well when she repeatedly said, you know what, don't even worry about it. But like, you don't understand the type of person that I am. Like, yes, I'm at work, but like, I do pride myself for like all the things that I do in my life, whether it's personal or professional. Like, that's just me. And you don't have to know me on a personal level, but like you do need to realize and understand that this is the type of person that I am. This is how I work. Like when I don't do my best, like I am very hard on myself. And it takes me a long time to get over it. Oh my gosh, I'm like starting to cry. Yeah, I'm fucking like hormonal right now. I can't fucking just, I can't get over it. Just unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to chill. I need to fucking chill. But like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like they just expect you to be like this certain way. And like, oh yeah, leave your personal problems at home. Don't bring that shit to work. Like, I get that. But again, like you're willing to assure the customer, because when a customer comes to the store, right, and they're upset about something, it's personal to the customer. It is personal to the customer. And as a worker or a manager, you have to respond to them on a personal, or not a person, yeah, a personal level, because it's personal to the customer. But the manager, like, how is it that you can go personal to personal with a customer, but you refuse, or you just don't see the, like, I guess it just depends on that person, right? Because I'm comparing myself to the dude that corrected me about the lunches and the breaks and stuff. Um like he's just in and out. Like he's very fast. He does his job, like he's quick, and I do feel like he looks at me like I'm wasting time, or like, but he just turned 18 years old. I'm pretty damn sure if I was 18 years old, I would have just the amount of same energy as he does. Where I'm just running in and out of the dug room. I'm running out to the parking lot with like 4 carts at once, the way that he does. And like he's a tall kid, and like he takes monster steps down these aisles. He knows where everything is. Like obviously he's been there way before me, but it's like I'm not sure I'm average, but like I I have little legs, you know what I'm saying? Um I don't know where everything is, and I'm I'm trying to navigate and do my job not so quickly, but like I want to be efficient. Like I don't have time to fuck up, even though yes, I am wasting time by going a little bit slower, but I do find myself picking up things a little bit quicker now because I've been there for about a month. It's just like, yo, we're two different fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Two different fucking age, yeah, a huge fucking gap between us, bro. Like I just, I'm like 22 years older than him. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, like you can't expect me to run around like him. Like come on, like let's be legit. Um I feel like they're not gonna, I mean, I don't know if there's true compromise. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like. I'm not saying that's what it is. I don't like this feeling. Like I should be resting. I should be relaxing. I should be like just happy to be off, kick my feet up, lay on the couch, watch my YouTube shows and crochet and eat fucking nutty bars all day. You know what I'm saying? And I say the last part as a joke. Um I would if I could. If I was younger, of course I'd be able to, but I'm not. I'm an old fuck. I'm an old bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that shit. But like, why am I sitting here on my very first day off worrying about this shit? And it's and okay, it's my fault for like taking it there. Maybe I shouldn't have went over there and like picked up my groceries, but at the same time I'm thinking like, okay, well maybe my boss knew that I put in an order because she's the only one that sees my name when she's you know setting up my work schedules and things like that. And maybe she purposely came out to give me my stuff to talk to me about said situation. I don't know, you know. Um she purposely told me, or she purposely avoided telling me who told her, you know. And I'm pretty sure she did that because she was afraid that maybe I would approach that person and be like, hey, like why was you saying stuff, or like maybe she was afraid of an altercation or whatever. Like okay, fine, but like at the same time I'm thinking like, okay, so like people do talk, like is this on a professional level or is this gossip, you know what I'm saying? So like I feel like I do have a right to ask these questions. Like, okay, was it gossip or was it a professional thing? You know, because if it's professional, I would like to hear if it was a manager or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you don't want to shit drop names, I would like to know if it was a manager or a regular employee. Because if it was a regular employee, then I would be like, okay, it's probably a little bit of gossip, you know, but I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, it's plain gossip, you know, like, but you know, I do respect and trust my boss. It's just like, I just wanted her to hold still for a minute, you know, because she was kind of like looking off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it, like, she didn't want to like stay. And I get it. You have a lot of shit to do, you know, whatever. But like, if she didn't want to talk about it because I was off the clock, I wish she would have said that instead of, you know, like body language and where your eyes are going and where, you know, like you're kind of looking like you're uncomfortable and you don't want to talk about it. If that's what it was, then I wish you would have said like, you know what, like when you clock in, like we'll have like a full discussion about it. Then I would have been like, oh, okay, you know, I'm not gonna worry about it. Which probably would have been a lie. Like I probably would have just been worrying about it my 3 days off. But you know, I just wasn't convinced that, because when she was like, oh, don't worry, nobody's mad at you, you know, things like that. But it's like, yeah, but I need you to keep still and I need you to tell me and I need to tell you stuff. Like I need some kind of understanding because I don't feel like we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Like you think that we're on the same page because you're my boss and you're able to have these conversations with me because you're my boss, or you know, you're like a higher authority, right? But like I don't feel like we're on the same page, you know. And don't just da 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 da. Okay, are we on the same page? Okay, great. Like, because for me I'm like, yeah, but, or like, I understand this, but when you say this, this is what I'm thinking. Am I right or wrong? Or is there anything, you know, like I hate that I'm like that. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so emotional today. I don't know. I could blame this like on my childhood. I could, you know, because I just learned differently from my classmates. And there's just a lot of things as an adult that I don't know, but was taught to me or taught to us kids when we were just children. And I still don't get it today as a 40-year-old adult. Um, I hate that I'm like that. Like, I hate that I'm just like, I'm so full of questions. Like, you tell me something and I'm just like, uh-huh, like this way or that way. And they're just like, oh my God, well, what other way could it be? And then like, I'm just like, well, you know, it could go this way or it could go that way. And they're just like, oh my God, like who the fuck things like that? And it's like, I'm just raising my hand, like me, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to be difficult. Like I need more. Like I don't understand that. And I just don't yeah, like I get it. I get it. You're in a you have to be a professional. You're at work. No tears, I guess. Like no like I just it's like, Audie, just go over there and do your job. And I've been doing it like that for a whole month. And there were times where I didn't understand something, and like you guys have no idea how many times I like fucked up on printing labels and like scanning totes and like scanning the fridge and the freezer. And like I'm still learning. And the thing that I love about my coworkers is that they're like, you know what, that's okay. Like I fucked up all the time. I still fuck up here and there. You'll get to learn the story, you'll get to learn the weight scales and like printing labels and what to do with hot items from the deli, like or how to like they're very helpful and comforting in that way. But like to sit and like really talk with them and be like, yo, this is how I'm like really feeling, like we just don't have time for that. And that's why when she asked me yesterday, like, oh, how are you feeling, in the middle of a shop, I had to stop myself. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I'm just having a hard time, fuck it, like whatever. um that was really hard for me to like walk away from, because I'm the type of person, like I really have to try to talk it out and make things right with whoever I feel I upset or let down. But like there's just no time to talk about anything. And I really have to get used to that, because no one's gonna want to pull up a chair for me, and but yet they expect me to just be like at the front and just ready to take orders from them without any kind of like assurance. Like, you got to tell me that we're good. You have to tell me that I'm doing great. If I'm not doing great, well then it should be up to you to provide me with more training so that I can do a good job and be the best that I can be for not just for you or the store, the customer, but for myself, because I need that. But, there's coworkers that I have that are very like, yo, I just come do my job and leave. Like, I'm not trying to build friendships or relationships, or like I can give two flying fucks about the customer. I'm just here to cover my ass. Like I got to do everything right. And if anything goes wrong in the dug room, like, hey, like that's not my fault. That's you guys' fault. Like, I was out doing a handoff. Like, I was out on the floor. Like, I ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, okay, well, there's no teamwork. So why don't the fuck you say something to them about teamwork? Um, but and I've said this to my husband. I've said this on the Y Run. I've said this on the Re-Up, and just all podcast platforms that I've had. I've said this on Spaces. I've said this on Twitter, that I am always the loser. I'm always the loser. And honestly, I've gotten quite used to it. Like Like, no one thinks and feels the way that I do. Like, no one can communicate the way that I communicate, or the ways that we should be communicating with one another. The things that are okay to say and the things that aren't okay to say, in a manner or in a way. Their ways of doing stuff is like, oh well, I told them, so it's not like they can't say that I never told them. See, that's their way of covering up their ass. Like, oh well, they can't say I didn't tell them, I told them. So, you know, I have clean hands. I wash my hands of that. Like, I told them. It's up to them. Like, that's how it was. That's how it seemed yesterday. You know, like, I think that's why she had a slick way of being like, did you have a walkie talkie on you? And me being truthful, because I did have a walkie on me, that's when she went in on me. I feel like if I said, no, I don't have a walkie, then she probably would have felt like maybe stupid for, like, you know, amping herself up, like ready to like say some shit to me. Or it would have been like, oh, well, then I can't say nothing more to her. But I could have lied and been like, no, I didn't have a walkie on me. I don't have one on me. And then as soon as I admitted that, that was her cue. And, you know, like, come on now. Like, you can't really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to check me out before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're circling around me, you know, like, that's just, I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's what it felt like. Like, she needed to have all of her facts before, like, anyone, you know, saying anything to her. But as you guys heard from my previous episode, I would have had a lot to say to her. I would have said all of that shit. But again, if she's given permission to deal with associates and the best way she felt, like using her best judgment, it could have went bad, because I don't know her. I don't know her as a person, and I know her as a manager, you know, and to me, in my opinion, she's lacking some manager things, as far as like communication skills with employees that, I guess, work under her, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I wasn't even on her team. Like, my manager or my boss is somebody else. So for her to be like trying to check me, I again would have said to her, like, you need to talk to my boss about that, because nobody trained me. So while you're pointing your fucking finger at me as a manager, you need to talk to my boss, because I follow her. So I'm just gonna let it go, because I'm always a loser. And, you know, if anyone has an aha moment about that, at least I can fucking take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm sad, but, you know, I at this point, at this moment, I will blame it on the fucking hormones. I don't give a shit. Okay? But other than my hormones, let's put the crime scene aside. I do take things very hard. Like, I am very hard on myself. I don't let things go. I don't like to have things fester. If I am arguing with someone or like have a disagreement, like I have to know that we're okay still. You know what I'm saying? And people are just incapable of doing that. Doesn't matter what fucking status they have. It doesn't matter if it's at the home or at the workplace. People fucking suck at it. They suck at it. And they don't care to fucking do it because they just gonna carry on that attitude. Like what I was telling you. I just come to work, do my shit, play the role, and like, I watch my ass and I leave. I leave them motherfuckers to deal with it after I clock the fuck out. Once I clock the fuck out, I don't give a shit. I don't have that attitude when I clock out. As I'm walking out of the store, I'm picking up trash. I'm collecting carts and putting them in the proper places, and I'm off the clock. I care about people's safety. I care about my place of work. Is all those motherfuckers doing that on their way out? No. They step over the fucking trash. They walk past the fucking carts. They ignore, like, we're still in uniform, right? And we're passing by people. They don't, customers, they don't know if we're on the clock or not. But if they look at us and smile, say, hey, how are you? Or can you help me find something? We're still in uniform. I believe we should still help them out. And I've seen plenty of employees walk past people and they're being directed to someone else who is still on the clock. In my opinion, that's fucked up. Oh, I'm off the clock. I can't help you. So they should probably have a talking to, but I know it's probably going to be some bullshit like, oh, well, if they are clocked out, they're not obligated to like help anybody. Yeah, but motherfuckers still wearing a name tag. So, and our fucking logo, the store logo is on our t-shirts. We're still wearing our aprons, and you're telling us, hey, it's fine. I don't know about that because, if you guys are more focused on and more driven by helping customers and getting like a good rating from customers, yeah, you just get one bad one. We could have 5 stars at the store. One negative comment could bring us down to like a 4.5. If they're so concerned about like algorithms and stuff within the store, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm taking it too damn far. I just, yeah, it's sloppy to me, and it's not very kind. But if they're okay with people like, oh, well, I'm out, like, I'm not working right now, so you have to go to somebody else. I'm not that fucked up to do that. Me, I'm the type of person, I will stop what I'm doing. Like, if I was on my way to clock out, like, I would help somebody. Even if I clocked out and somebody saw me walk out of the break room, like, oh, excuse me, can you help me? And I would still take them to the product. So yeah. They don't know me. They don't know how I work. They don't know, and they don't have to know my heart, which is fine because, it's a professional setting. They don't give a fuck. But they should know my character because my character plays a lot in the work that I do. And I feel like if they don't know that about somebody that they're employing, yeah, like, you should know where they stand when it comes to the company. And there was this guy that I was training with, and he was like, oh, I'm just here for like a limited time, but what I really want to do is be a bartender. And there was another guy that was like, oh, I don't like it, it's too boring. And like, okay, I get it. And they're young, like they're like didn't even hit their 20s, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they're like in their early 20s. And they're just doing this shit for, you know, shits and giggles, right? Like, and for us old heads, like we're just more appreciative of just, we can only handle a little bit of work. It's so funny because I'm only working like 25 hours a week. I work like 20 hours mainly, but like the most I work like 25 hours a week. And that's a lot for me. And like I said, I've become an old head, right? So for them, it's probably like, oh, this isn't shit, I'm the best at what I do because I'm fast and I can take 40 to 50 fucking carts out to the parking lot at one fucking go. Like us bitches, old bitches, we can't do that shit. Like we would love to, but now, like we know what's worth it and what's not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I've been in the delivery business for years, like 10 plus years. I've been doing deliveries, and these kids, they approach me when I'm leaving my car or walking back to my car. They're just like, oh, are you a Uber driver? And I'm like, yeah. And they're just like, oh yeah, like I want to do that. And I'm like, well, how old are you? And they're just like, oh, I'm going to turn 18 like next month. And I'm like, yeah, you got to be 21. And they're just like, oh, well, there's ways to get around it. Like, I want to make some money. I need to make some money. And I'm like, well, do you have a card? Do you have insurance? You have a job? Like, and they just want money. Like, they don't see what goes, what you need and what it takes to go on doing that type of job. All they want is money. They're not worried about the mileage. They're not worried about gas. They're not, like them just, yeah. For me, like I do not move for a certain amount of money per mile. Like I will not move for $1 a mile. I will not move for $1.50 a mile. But these kids, oh shit, like, man, I'm just getting all these orders. And like, dude, you're driving like 100 miles a night for like $30. No, like, yeah, you're hardworking, but it's not worth it. So, yeah. And I just need to, I need to let it go. I am thankful and appreciative of this job. See, I'm feeling better already. Maybe I just needed to talk to myself out loud about this. And I do appreciate you guys pressing play and listening, but I am appreciative and very, very happy with this job. Like I really am. You guys just don't even know. It's something that I've been doing for the past at least 5 years, maybe 8 years. The first shop and deliver gig that I ever had was uh Instacart. And I was doing Uber before Instacart, but like I was always afraid to go shop for orders. Like when I got offers from Uber to like shop at CVS or Walgreens or like a corner store or something. Like I just always rejected those ones. And my very first shop and deliver offer was Instacart. And then I got into Shipped. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Like Uber and DoorDash is probably like the same shit. And it was. And then that's when I got into, like shopping and delivering with Walmart. So I've been doing this type of work forever. It does feel really, really nice to belong like permanently with a job, um doing this doing the kind of work that I've been doing. And I should probably update you guys on the things that I'm happy about while working. Um I may have not told you guys before, but like I did struggle shopping for meats in the meat department and shopping for liquor. Like scared to death because I don't drink. I don't know. I know some wines because I used to belong to a wine club like years ago, but like I'm not good with like vodkas or like beers or like mixed drinks or like I'm just not, like I'm not. But they have these little code things on our devices that specify where something is. And it is a big help, but like I would just like to just know off the top of my head, like I've seen this product before and I'm not sure of where the aisle is, but like what number the aisle is, but I can take you to it and be right on point. Like I could do that. I would like to work like that. Um I would love to memorize, and I think about this all the time. Like, I know that aisle 18 is like cereals and like oatmeals, and like 17 is, don't even ask me about 17. 16, I think that's where the pastas are. And what's that? 16, 17, I forget. 14 is like bakery, like the baking aisle, and they have like fruit, um, like canned fruit and like seasonings and stuff, like evaporated milks and stuff. Um, and like some olive oils. And let's see, 13. I love aisle 13 because it's like candy. It's the candy aisle and chips. I love scanning chips. It's so fun. 12 is like the sports drinks and stuff. And it's also the water aisle. And then aisle 11 is water and sodas and iced teas. Let's see, that was 11 and 10. What is 10? I don't know what 10 is. How about 9? Do I know what 9 is? No idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, what about 8? Fuck, no idea. 7, I believe, is like the pet aisle. Um, yeah, the pet aisle. And 6, I believe, is, oh my god, I don't know. 5 is toilet paper and like paper plates, plastic forks, trash bags, um, like aluminum foils, things like that. 4 is ice creams. Yeah, ice creams and like stuff that you can put in your air fryer. 3 is pizzas and like frozen vegetables and bags, seafood, frozen seafood. And aisle 2 is like peanut butter and jelly, like little Debbie, excuse me, Debbie or Betty, no idea. Bagels and like cream cheeses, sour creams, yogurts. Um, yeah, and a little bit of wine. Aisle 1 is like loaves of bread and liquor. And then and then right in that area we have like the bakery department. So, um, yeah, like I'm learning. Like I really am learning. I just need to rehearse, and I do want to improve. And I feel great when somebody asks me like, "Oh, where is the Velveeta cheese?" And it's like, "It's right over here." And then I take them over there and they're just like, "Wow, I bet it's hard for you to memorize the whole store." And I was like, "Not yet, but I'm getting there." So, yeah, I want to say that I've been doing a lot more better with the liquor and the meats. So I know that it's chicken, pork, beef, and like, like the steaks. And then after the steaks, it's the ground beef, the ground turkeys, and the ground chickens, and all of that stuff. And then on the other side of that, before the chicken would be like the chorizo and like bacons and sandwich meats and, like hot dogs and stuff. So, I'm learning, and I really like it. Oh, and I forgot aisle 19. You got like the salad kits and the produce. Somebody asked me where raisins were and I misinformed them because I was like, oh yeah, that's probably gonna be in aisle 14 because that's like the baking stuff. And then when she was on her way, I was like, oh no, it's in aisle 19. I just remembered. And she was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I'm learning. But I do feel a lot better. Thank you guys so much for listening and for allowing me to um cry a little bit. Sorry about that. Um and if the same thing has happened to you or is happening to you, I think and I've said this before, like I'm the type of person like I got to sit with my feelings. Like I got to sit and feel everything. And yes, I should be enjoying my days off and things like that, but I think sitting with my feelings and my emotions, my anger, my sadness, my feelings of like I fucked up even though I didn't fuck up. Like I have to allow myself to feel all of that because if I don't, ooh, like it'll fucking linger. Like it'll linger longer than this, right? And I think right now I'm pretty much over it. Um I think I really needed a good cry. I think I needed to talk a little bit more about it to like get over it at this point. And I don't mean to put it on you guys, but if you're the type of person like me, like or if you're not, maybe you should like sit with it and allow yourself to like feel everything and allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to feel humiliated. It is embarrassing because I feel like, well, maybe I should have asked about it, and because when it comes to working, I'm very thorough about things. So I was just thinking like, well, maybe I should train more on the phone or maybe I should train more on the fucking computer. And I think I told you guys that I don't like fucking with the computer. Like I really don't. So I know I'm going to reach challenges like there's probably going to be a night where I'm going to be there all by myself. I fucking hope not. Like I would tell my boss at this point, like don't ever stick me by myself because I will fuck shit up. Like you think I got it and I would do a good job, I would be stalking your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I know you're off, but like I need you at this store ASAP, like now, or I will have a full walkout. But I'm the only one walking out. But I would tell her that I am uncomfortable being by myself. I am gonna tell her like, you know what? This has bugged me so much. I don't feel comfortable or confident to answer the phone or deal with anything about the phone. And I expect you to tell the lady that thought she could say some shit to me. You know what I mean? But anyway, that is it for this episode. Thank you all so much for listening to me, pressing play. And don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And I'll talk to you guys in the next What Do at Audie's W2. Peace.